of Faith, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7. Hare Krishna. So we'll just go through the translations of some of the verses. It's a very beautiful translations given by Krishna to Arjuna, and Prabhupada has given us wonderful elaborate examples. So text 1 says, Arjuna inquired, "O Krishna, what is the situation of those who do not follow the principles of scripture but worship according to their own imagination? Are they in goodness? Are they in passion? Or are they in ignorance?" So we are going to look into this. What is goodness? What is passion? Or what is ignorance? Text 2 says, a supreme personality of Godhead said, according to the modes of nature acquired by the embodied soul, one's faith can be of three kinds. What is three kinds of faith? Faith can be in goodness, faith can be in passion, or faith can be in ignorance. Now hear about this. Further, Krishna says in text 3, O son of Bharata, according to one's existence under the various modes of nature. What are the various modes of nature? The various modes of nature are the one which involves particular kind of faith. That is, the living being is said to be in a particular faith according to the modes he has acquired. It may be in the past or it may be in the future he's going to acquire. But these are the modes. What are the three modes? Sattva, Rajo, and Tamo. These are the three modes of material nature. So men, text 4 says, men in the mode of goodness worship demigods. Those in the mode of passion worship demons. And those in the mode of ignorance worship ghosts and spirits. So this also is very nicely given in one sloka in Bhagavad Gita. So in text 6 and 5 and 6 it says, those who undergo severe austerities, penances, not recommended in the scriptures. See, understand this. Those who undergo severe austerities and penances, not recommended in the scriptures, performing them out of pride and egoism, are impelled by lust and attachment, nothing but lust and attachment, and who are foolish, who torture the material elements of the body as well as the super soul dwelling within, are known to be as demons. So these are the very five very beautiful verses beginning of chapter 17. Please, if you have time, definitely go undergo the purport and have a detailed study about that. So we shall give you a glimpse of that. Let us go a little further. So also in the 4th chapter, the 39th verse, it is said that a person faithful to a particular type of worship becomes elevated to the stage of knowledge, attains highest perfectional stage of peace and prosperity. So here I stop share and I come here now. Now let me tell you. What do you understand by faith? Anybody can give a small understanding. What do you understand by faith? How can you get faith actually? What is that you understand by faith? Anybody can, just a few things, like what is trust, what is belief, what is faith? Just have a nice understanding. I'll just take you through some things. Is it okay? Anybody can tell what is trust, faith? Okay, now let us go. Now I'll show you a small type of what do you say, a picture which we can understand better. Yeah, I go to share the screen now. Yes. Yeah, now you can all see. Hare Krishna. Still, it's not come out. Okay, what do you mean by trust? See, you go to a friend, trust me, I'll do this for you. Or you go to someone and say, believe me, I do this for you. But what is faith? How we can actually how we can tell what is faith? Faith is beyond that. Okay, how we can tell faith is beyond that? Faith means you have actually, it one of the sayings it is said that so Faith means unflinching trust in something divine. So what is divine? Divine is the devotional aspect. So faith is something unflinching. You get unflinching faith. So unflinching faith is how you can develop the unflinching faith. You can develop the unflinching faith by the object of worship, the dietary choices, the sacrifices, the austerity, the charity. All these things are parts of things. So when you want to get faith means it is very, very easy. So it depends on the lifestyle, how we live, how we can interact with the rest of the existence. These are things. And how we live means how we connect, and how we contribute to the different existence, the material existence. So we should have some object, right? Without an object, we cannot actually perceive anything. So we should have object. That object is the devotional aspect. So to reach the devotional aspect, actually, we have to go a little more deeper in study. How that is told in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita says how we can get to the object of worship. So we have a beautiful altar in the temple. We have a beautiful altar. We have a deity. We have of course, Gandharvika, Giridhari, Mahaprabhu, and all that. You feel the beautiful architecture. So how to get to that? How did one actually make that? Okay, it needs a lot of effort, right? So here there is another thing also I can share with you. Some things like what do you say, a sculpture. What can be a sculpture? A sculpture is that a person, before doing the sculpture, actually I just want you to share a picture. Just a minute. Yes. Now can you see this picture? Some black. Yeah, it's clear now. Hare Krishna. Can anybody confirm it's clear?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. See, this picture is before. It looks like a
Prabhu, right side bottom there is
the branches of the tree are cut.
Hare Krishna, Bhupalak
And
Prabhu.
this is after the sculpture is done. So when actually this sculpture is done, it takes a lot of effort, right? It has to go into the nooks and corners. It has to carve the shape. It has to give the shape, and then the particular things, peculiar these wings and all that have been done very nicely. So from this to this, it takes a long time. So our lives, our spiritual lives also can be drafted on these lines. When we actually came into the contact initially when we came into Krishna consciousness, we may be just like this. So next we can actually become like beautiful like this. That is done only by the mercy of our seniors, our Vaishnavas, gurus, and all that. So actually, let us go from here. Now,
Hare Krishna, Bhupalak Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Right side bottom, one pop-up menu was there. Can you close that? Right side bottom.
Bottom pop-up menu.
Your right side bottom. Yeah, close that.
Something is blocking, Prabhu?
Something is blocking. If not possible, okay, go ahead, no problem.
Yeah. I'll just try to put it in the what you see, slideshow. Then it will be better. Yes, now we can see, Prabhuji. Is it clear?
Yes, Prabhu, please.
Yeah. So now I told you that sculpture, how that sculpture is done. So for a deeper understanding, now we can see this chart. Okay, it is the mode of ignorance. So what does the mode of ignorance show here? We can have a variety like a cow, tiger, and monkey. What do you categorize by this? So actually animals are actually the mode of ignorance, right? But cow is said to be in goodness. Okay, that is also said. And tiger is said to be ignorance and passion, and the monkey is ignorance and ignorance. So this is what we have to analyze. We are in these three, one of these three categories most of the time in ignorance. So even in the mode of ignorance, the cow is said to be in goodness, and the tiger is said to be in passion, because it has to hunt. Without its hunting, it cannot fill its belly. Okay, so it has to hunt and then take it. But the monkey is ignorance and ignorance. So this is what the animal mode. Okay. The animals are in the mode of ignorance. So also we can take this in this deeper understanding, the mode of goodness. So here, the worshippers of Vishnu are said to be in goodness and goodness, and worshippers of Brahma are said to be in goodness and passion, and worshippers of Shiva are said to be goodness in ignorance. So we have come across many things, many people we have come across, we have seen many people. So we have to know. So everybody cannot be put into one box, right? Everybody has an individuality. Have they have to realize that they have to come out of that, okay? And then only we are out of the box, okay? Doesn't mean out of the box means out of the chair. We have to come out of the material thing. Everybody are in the mode of material nature. We are all constituted by the three modes of nature. If you had seen the beautiful picture in the Bhagavad Gita, where all three modes, that is the goodness, passion, and ignorance, they have a string in the hand, and they're controlling the human beings, like I'm shown over there. So that means we are all puppets in the hands of the Supreme Lord. We are definitely puppets, and we don't have any individual thing. But we are so foolish. Okay, we are so foolish that we want to enjoy. Yeah, we are the enjoyers, but the ultimate enjoyer is the Paramatma, Krishna. The Supreme Lord is the ultimate enjoyer. So we think we are the enjoyers, but we cannot enjoy. Even if we are enjoying it just for a fraction, it's just for a few moments, and then it fades away. And again, we are pushed into distress. That is why we are already being said that is we are in the world of ignorance. We are in the mode of ignorance. We are in the mode of passion. We are running in the mode of passion most of the time, I mean, being settled in the mode of ignorance. And we tend not to rise to the mode of goodness. But how can we do that? Yes, we can. Mode of goodness is available. So like in the material thing, the earth, we are in the earthly platform. We are always looking for this, for that. We want this, we want this, we want a house, we want a house, we want a job, we want it. But at some point of time, we get totally frustrated. Of course, because why? Because we are always chewing the chewed. So the first bite of sugar cane will give you a lot of juice, right? The first bite of sugar cane gives so much juice that it will be spilling out of your mouth. You can't even hold it. Oh, nectar, sweet. Ah, you chew. You go on chewing. And when you chew, at last, what does it remain? It gets stuck in your teeth. It becomes so much of a disturbance. You get so much thing. Oh, that's it. You put it out. Okay. So this is what happens. So our lives also, we think we are nectarian. What is beginning? What is beautiful in the beginning is always very distress in the last. So also, if you read through the chapter of 15th chapter, it is saying in the first number 15. Okay, those who are free from false prestige, illusion, false association, who understand the eternal and who are done with material lust, and are freed from dualities of happiness and distress, and who unbewildered know who to surrender unto is the Supreme Lord and attain that eternal kingdom. So this is very, very important. Also in the purport, it says that it is very difficult for one to surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why? One should know by the cultivation of real knowledge, he is not Lord of the material nature, a Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Lord. So when one can become free from delusion caused by pride, so this is a very, very thing. When you get deluded by pride, then only you can just begin the process of surrender. Surrender is not something simple, okay? Surrender is not something. Suppose you captivate somebody, does he surrender to you immediately? He fights for his thing, okay? And when he has totally succumbed to all the things, and then he thinks, oh, now nothing is in my hand, because when his hands and legs are tied totally, he becomes thing. So let us not dive into, let us happily and willfully try to serve the Lord. Okay, this is what we have to develop, the faith. How we can develop the faith? So a little more according. So one, or how one can develop faith? So accordingly to their previous activities in the mode of goodness, passion, or ignorance, they acquire a certain specific quality. That is how they will get a certain. Now we are also in this body, right? We are also in this body. How we have come into existence into this body? So we are going birth and birth, so many births after births after births after birth. But something somewhere we have done something, some purity. That's why you are all come in this morning to assemble over here in this Zoom session, or you would have been in your own world. Okay, you would have been sleeping somewhere in some good hotel with somewhere some picnic or something else. Oh, that's okay. That's something. But now you have come across here. We are all here. This because some of the pious activities. Look at this picture here. In your previous birth, you might have associated with somebody, some sadhu, somebody. So that's mercy is there. So the association of living entity with different modes of nature has been going on perpetually since the living entity is in contact with material nature. This is what you have to understand. So he acquires the different types of mentality according to the association of material modes. Material modes are many. See, I told you, there is many things which we come across material modes. Like you step out of your road, if you go to the main road, there's a big banner, right? Something there waiting for you. You're getting allured. Gone. You get tossed. That's it. And then again, you go somewhere. You go see a beautiful building, beautiful mall. Let us go inside. Let us go. And then all your wallet becomes empty. That's all. And when your wallet becomes empty, you have to come back. No other way. Okay. So that's why. So we have to be very particular in what we associate. And even more worse, even being at home, you can be allowed. Okay. There is a small box in your house, no? A wide, at 24-inch or a 32-inch or whatever it is. Okay. You have spent some thousands or sometimes lakhs also people spend on them. You just have a remote in your hand. You just click on that. That's it. And you are driven. You don't know how time goes, how many things come, how many pictures come. Okay. So these are the varieties of association. So association means not only looking at going to the people, going to devotees. Association means everywhere it happens. Your eyes are associated, your ears are associated, and your mouth speech also is associated. When all these three things come in picture, okay, when all these things comes in line with what is required actually, where you have to focus it. See, focusing means, like you can understand focusing. As a child play, you will all have a beautiful zoom lens, okay? You would have tried to having the sunlight, you would have tried to focus on the paper, and then you try focus hard, you try very stringently, and then later the point of focus comes, and then paper starts burning. You would have tried experience all this. So that's how you have to focus your mind. Radhesham Prabhu in one lecture beautifully says that this mind is very disturbed. It can catch anything. It's like a monkey from one branch to the other branch, it just keeps jumping. But what it says is, see, you can shape the iron rod. You can shape the iron rod into a round surface or a flat surface. But how it is done? You have to heat it. You have to heat it till it becomes red hot, white hot, yellow hot. Red hot, yellow hot, and then white hot. When it becomes white hot, then that's it. Rajeshan Prabhu says, hit it hard, and then the shape changes. So this type of process is very selective for very people, because many people don't follow in this path. It's very difficult, okay? And only when they are tossed by the material nature, okay? When they are tossed by the material nature, they understand, okay? Let us move further here. So this nature can be changed if one associates with a bona fide spiritual master and abides by his rules, scriptures. Gradually, one can change his position of goodness, ignorance to goodness, or passion to ignorance. So these two, we are mostly, in this material world, in this position, we are mostly ignorant or we are passionate, but very few percentage we have goodness. So likewise in devotees also we see, Sunday goodness, weekday ignorance and passion. So this is what is happening. We are all dwelling in this cycle. Okay, we're dwelling in this well only. We have to come out of this well. Okay, there's much more than this well. Like I say, sometimes we have heard that the frog in the well thinks, oh, this is the big thing. This well is big thing. But another frog says, you come to the ocean, you come to Atlantic, you come and see what is there. So that is what we have to actually try to get into it. So when we have this association of a bona fide spiritual master, one can change this position to the higher mode of nature. That is the higher mode of nature. What is the higher mode of nature? So what is that? How can we get that? Gradually, one can change his position from ignorance to goodness and from passion to goodness, as considered things carefully with the intelligence. Look what it says. Intelligence. No, intelligence plays a beautiful role. So So we all have come, we have studied mostly, and we know where to place ourselves, where to place the senses, the mind, and the intelligence. So the intelligence is above, and the senses are more, the mind is below, and below that is the senses. This is the hierarchy: senses, mind, intelligence. The senses should be taken care by the mind, and the mind should be under the control of the intelligence. So how we can develop this intelligence? How we can develop? Yes, you are all right. You are all being in the right place. You have come here to improve your intelligence. And that is by reading scriptures, Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. So this is what is very, very important. Guru, Sadhu, and Shastras. A Guru is one who actually guides you. He gives you the guidance, the knowledge, and all that. Okay. And the Shastras are our mother. So it's a father and mother, it says, no? Okay. So here, what is mean by renunciation? How we can do? So conclusion that blind faith in a particular mode of nature cannot help a person become elevated in professional life. It's just a blind faith. Yes, I'm doing this, I'm reading this, I'm walking this. And my Guru told I will do this. My Prabhuji told, come on, chant in the morning, we'll chant. Okay, yes. Come on, do service. Yes, we'll do. So this all is, if you can have a blind faith, okay, it's good. It's of course very nice. If you have a blind faith, it's good. But that also, the particular mode of nature will cannot help a person become elevated in professional life. So renunciation means one should think always. He should always think that he is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. And he has no right, believe it or not, he has no right to the results of the work. This is what we are lacking. We say, yes, I have done this. I have won this beautiful trophy. I am the winner. I am number one. I know what to do. So there when you will be tossed deep into the bottom. So we should understand that we are not the enjoyer. We are being enjoyed. We are being enjoyed. So Supreme Lord says, everything, leave the results unto me. Do your duty, leave the results. See, many times in this, in the recent past also, I have been tossed very badly. Okay, I think I did the right thing. I did the right thing. Yes, I did. You did the right thing. Everybody says you did the right thing, but still you are punished. Okay, why? Because you are taking the pride or you are taking the ownership of that. When you take the ownership of your actions, then you are going to be in distress, nothing more. So we should not think that we are the ownership of our results. Do your duty and leave the rest to the Lord. So like that only, we should not think of the results. We should not think, oh, I have done so much. I have done, oh, today I have done 32 rounds. Oh, the Lord has blessed me. I'm fine. Oh, it's not that. You have to consistently keep on performing. And what do you mean by doing chanting? If you do chanting, it means you are going to receive some service. And when you receive the service, you willfully, heartfully, you have to do the service. So opportunity strike, we have to grab it. That is the attitude. See, many people get opportunities, but they shy away. This shying away is very, very not correct. So we should not shy away. We should shy away from other things. We should shy away from material objects, material sense gratification, material pride, material fame, and all that. We should shy away from that, but not from a devotional service. When devotional service comes, yes, I'm ready. That's the first thing. That is what is to be done for the first thing, the thought process. When that thought process goes in, then it starts working. Then the body starts functioning according to the thought. Because we should always keep the intelligence through the mind. The mind should give the instruction to the senses, and the senses to the sense objects, and then we are carried away in the proper function. That's how it goes. Nice. So when you become, so just a minute, I just try to get this. There's some wordings which is hiding the thing. Just a minute. Yeah, Krishna. This cursor is not appearing. Yes. Sorry. Yeah, now it's comes. Can you see this text? When you come before spiritual master, you have to be prepared to get chastisements. Why? Why? Spiritual master's business is to do that. Shishya means is to ready to accept. Sashan, or ready to get chastisement. So we have to apply these three things, apply the ABC of success in your life. You ask, you believe, and you claim it. You ask somebody, you ask the spiritual master your doubts, you believe in that, or you develop faith in that, and you claim it. This is what. So faith means unflinching trust in something divine. So you have to have that unflinching faith. Like a lamp, if you keep it in the closed room, it will glow peacefully, okay? But you keep it in the open, there's strong wind blowing, but still some bhuja is not distinguished. That is called the faith. That type of faith we have to develop, okay? For the next slide. So this is already shown. So what are the things to consider? Of course, we have come through some little experiences. What are the things to consider? What we have to consider in our life as a devotee, as a devotional aspect? What are the three things to consider in our life? First thing, what do we need? We need a teacher, right? We all need a teacher. We need someone to guide us. That is Guru. And what is that Guru going to do? He's going to take us through the Shastras. Guru, Shastras. And the third thing is that we have to associate. Whom to associate? Whom to associate? The sadhus. And sadhus means not everybody who has a saffron dress and all that. Sadhus, no. A sadhu means who can give you some input, which is helping you in a spiritual life. So he gives you some thought processes, or he teaches you something, and he teaches you a block of life, a way of life, in which you can cultivate your devotional bhakti. So that is what is important. These things are to be considered. So how we can develop this? Okay, and we discuss it. Yes, now we can see sadhu sanga sarva shastre kaya lava matra sadhu sange sarva siddhi haya. Means sadhu sangha means association with pure devotees. Sarva shastra is all the revealed scriptures. Kaya is to say what they say, what all the revealed scriptures say. And even for that moment, the sadhu sangha, by association with devotee, there is success, all success. And the translation says that, the verdict says that, the verdict of all revealed scriptures is that even by a moment's association with the pure devotee, one can attain all success. That is the purity of a sadhu. A sadhu means purity should be there. Actually, there should not be delusion. Should not be delusion and so many other impurities. A pure devotee means if you go to him itself, you will find the bliss, you will find the changes happening in your heart. So of course, everybody would have experienced their life changes, and of course, all are going good. And I see around 50 to 50 odd devotees coming every day, and nicely taking the association of all the scriptures, the shastras, and all that. It's very blissful, right? So you all have experience. So we have to further develop it. So what is that? We can still further develop it. I'll just finish off another 3 or 4 minutes. Yeah. Sorry, I have to go back. I just moved further. So I have few things to share here. Okay. A Shastra Sadhu Guru. What is? One has to test all spiritual masters according to the instructions of the saintly persons. So before selecting a guru, many times our Shiksha Guru, Mathurapati Prabhu has said, you are at the free will. You have your free will to select your guru. Okay, whoever guru. But what is the thing is, what is the guidelines? Is that the spiritual master is one who follows the instruction of his preceders, namely the sadhus or saintly persons. He should be a bona fide spiritual master mentioned, who does not mention anything not mentioned in the authorized scriptures. So ordinary people have to follow the instructions of sadhu, shastra, and guru. These statements made in the shastra and those made in the bona fide sadhu or guru cannot differ from one another. That means the Bhagavad Gita, the Bhagavatam, this is what is to be understood. Okay, so we should understand one thing. A few things I want to just tell you. So what do you mean? What you say, faith, developing faith. So this is all about divisions of faith. There are many things. There are so many chapters in chapter 17. I just selected a few things to make a brief understanding. So why do we have to have faith without have trust or belief? So you can be a layman, right? You can do so many things in this world. You can do anything according. But if you're not doing anything, you will land up somewhere. You will be thrown. You'll be tossed. You'll be landed somewhere. So unless you have a proper guide and guidance and then you can actually grow. So I think something important, something some points are there to consider. What are the things to consider? So if you can chalk down a few things, what do you consider after just hearing small things? I hope it will be helpful. And I think I come to a conclusion today. The divisions of faith are very, very elaborate. I could give a very few understanding. So hopefully this is fine. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna. Yes, I'm waiting for you all for your feedbacks. Thank you, Prabhuji, Mataji.